Hello there. Yes, I'm here a little bit early. Oh, just a minute. This is a low tech channel. If you haven't been here before, um, yeah, I don't know how to share screen. I'm not very handy with the technical stuff, so bear with me. Oh, I have to have two. I'm talking to myself. Okay. Okay, let's see who's here. Life's a dance. Welcome, Eve, Randomly Ash, Lightning Viper, Fugitive Recovery Agent, Verified Lawyer. Welcome, Peachy. A lot of people I'm not really familiar with. Shannon, the Shannon 681, Misty Rose, Kensuke, hello, Bree, the Real Mama T. Who else? Becky Kimbler, Morris 17, Innocent. Hey, babe. Okay, let's get down here. Freebie 906. I don't know. Lori Lee. Ryan. Misty Rose, I think I already said you. Morris 17. BS. Verbal Obsession. I like that name. Evil Ghost. Loving Life. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of people. Sister Callie. A lot of people that I don't really. Rakes. Hi. Glad you could make it. Bri. A lot of people I'm not familiar with here, which is good. Alchemist. Angel. Kimmykin's Dumpster Fire. I like that too. Lisa Maxwell. Welcome. Holy mackerel. That girl, 77. Turn the page. Kathy's Cry Closet. Dodie Redding. Hey, Reap. Carrie Lawson. Judo. Oh, hi, Melissa. I'm glad you could make it. Super Soldier. Robo Granny. Hey, Northeast Pats. Chutter Bobby. Goya. Tart and Tilly. Karma's a bitch. Wolf Love. Okay. I'm going to have to quit because I'm always behind in chat. Susie says, sorry, I see you. As Eve knows. So I guess we'll just wait on our honored guest. Ernie. I did not change the picture because that is part of what I want to talk about, the subject of that picture. You posted that picture. So I would like to, yeah. Oh, Melissa Shelby, he's doing okay. Tiger Lori. Yes, go ahead. Clip away. The thumbnail is great. Oh, hi, Lips. Melissa Shelby's he's doing pretty good. He's doing really good. He's getting other inmates to read the Bible and stuff, and surviving. It's a tough life. I certainly wouldn't wish it on anyone. Ernie, where are you? Come on. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Well, here I got a lot of really good questions here. Hey, rumor has it. Oh my God, Melissa. I'm sorry. I will. I'll tell him you said hello. I'm sorry. 6 weeks. That's a long time, especially in the summer. Hey, Exploited. Yeah, seems to think he's going to come over. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I assumed he's gonna go after me. Whatever. Hey, Bob. Glad you could make it. He's not scared? Okay. Done his journey. I'll just keep saying hi. Michelle. Oh, Kempy. Posters. Kemper, I had some better ones I could have used if, as he says, I wanted to humiliate him. Yeah, I had some better candidates. Well, Goya, I hope he shows up. I don't know. I hope he is ready for what's coming. He said I could ask anything, and I certainly have some questions to ask. Does he not want to answer them? Oh, hey, Nana for Life. Kathy's Cry Closet. Well, I sure got a lot of Amazing Grace. Raindrop Lost. Hey, I see some familiar faces in here. Okay, if you're new to my channel, respectful to panel guests and chat. I don't have trolls. I don't tolerate trolls. My mods know that Gail. Oh my God. Thank you, Melissa. Oh, Fox. Wind and whim. My mods know I do not like to delete comments, time people out, or block people. So I would appreciate it if you did not make them do that, because I don't really like that. Clean up the language here. Please be respectful to each other. No swearing. We do not bash other creators on here. I do that in my community posts. We don't do that on a panel. Yes. Ernie. Kinsuki. Don't bring that up because we don't want to make him mad. Paw Patrol. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Smiley Miley. Okay, good. Well, do you guys want to drop some questions? Oh yeah, Brad. Princess Tater Tot. Hello. So many interesting names. Mine's just boring. Turn the page. Well, I'm sure there's going to be a mix of people in here. People that like Ernie, people that don't. People that don't like me, because there's quite a few out there that don't. But like I said, it's all about respect. Okay, Ernie. Give you 2 minutes. We can do that, and I'll drop the link. Chica. Okay, everybody please get along for me. This is not Ernie's chat. And I see a lot of chats kind of go nuts and fight. And we're not going to do that here. Am I clear? Put a lightning bolt in the chat if you understand. No, you don't have to do that. I'm just kidding. Okay, let me get the link. Yes, to integrate. Yeah, Susie, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Kiss Cassie, I like that. Zip the lip. Okay. The duct tape. Adulting. Oh, beavers. Or chipmunks. Oh, Nana. Just made April? I don't. Oh, tomatoes. Okay, you can throw tomatoes. Oh, we also don't allow carrots in here. I should mention that. Just in case someone wants to throw carrots, but I don't think that'll be a problem. You got a naughty crowd. I don't know, a lot of people I'm not really familiar with. Ernie's helicopter pilot. No carrots? Oh, that has to do with another creator. Hey, Andy. Welcome, you're here. Drop the link. Here we go. Here we go, folks. There you go, Ernie. Oh, McBee. Okay. Do you want to go live or do you want to stop your camera, Ernie? Welcome.
Welcome. How you doing?
Okay, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Gonna put a background on here. Okay, good. No porn bombing either, please. Okay. I think, is there some noise in your background there?
No.
Can everybody hear him? Okay. Gabby Penton. Please be good. All right, you guys, come on, seriously. No bashing. Okay, Ernie, let's get right to it. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about summer wells. Let's talk about the 15th. Let's talk about before the 15th. Now, the Wells made 2 trips to Gatlinburg. You were there filming your promotional video with Predator Hunter Nation. Did you meet the Wells there or see them, or did you know who they were previous to that?
Move that comment out of the way.
What? Oh, okay.
It's distracting.
Sorry.
Okay. So, as I recall, earlier that day, we went to Gatlinburg. I think, now this has been a while. So it was Cody, me, and Dalton. I think we may have went to Gatlinburg. I know we went to the Waffle House. I know we went to the Waffle House and ate. So
My favorite restaurant.
yeah, I love the Waffle House.
I do too.
I don't recall seeing the whales. I don't think. Again, we were filming, we were doing promotional stuff, so I don't recall seeing them.
Okay, did you know them before Summer went missing?
Yes.
Okay, how? What are the circumstances of that?
I worked for Clark Electric in Kingsport, Tennessee, and I remember Don from construction and stuff.
Okay. Did Don remember you, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. And I knew Andy from the Sullivan County Community Corrections, which is the Hay House.
Right, right. Andy said he was there at the time that you were working there.
Yes, yes, he
Okay.
was. I happen to remember him a little bit. He was there right around the time that I was leaving out.
Okay. Did you
Because
have any
I
interaction
was,
with him at all
I
there?
was, well, I mean, I was over him. I was over him. I can't remember exactly if he was in the annex or if he was in housing. I can't remember exactly where he was at. I do remember him. I mean, I do remember him.
Okay. Um,
How you doing, Andy? I hope you're doing well.
oh, somebody wants to know if you knew Fred Hill at all.
Vaguely, I'd heard of him before. I didn't like personally know him. I kind of knew who he was around the area because I lived in. Well, here's the thing. I lived in Churchill.
Right.
How you doing, Andy?
Oh, Fred said he knew. Well, Fred said, okay. Enough said there.
Well, Fred. Let's see. Who are you? Hold on a second, guys. Don't. I'm looking at questions too. Are you going to ask the questions, or are you going to pick them out? That way, I don't have to keep going back and forth.
No, I'm going to ask the questions.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. That's easier on me too as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I do remember. I do remember Andy now. I mean, I didn't like. I didn't never knew. I never knew that because of the case and all that. But I remember Andy. I remember Andy.
Okay. What exactly did you do at the Hay House?
I was over the security. I was over the security team for a second shift. I was chief. I was chief of Sullivan County Community Corrections. I was the chief security guy. Chief.
Okay. Andy wants to know, when you were a bondsman, did your dog shoot you in the foot? I don't know what that's about. He's asked me that before. When you were,
Oh, okay, okay. So it wasn't in the foot. It was in the knee.
your dog shot you in the knee.
No, he knows what I'm talking about. It was in
Oh,
the knee, it wasn't in the foot.
okay. All right. Do we want to touch on Eric Rush at all, or would you rather not?
We can.
Okay. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
So I arrested. Well, our team arrested Eric Rush, and I think it was through AAA that had it 4 years prior. 4 years prior to me in the Sullivan County Community Corrections. And at that time, I think it was over a fake doctor script or something like that he was on bond for, and he ran. Anyways, we arrested him in what was it? Circle, something Gray. It was in Gray, Tennessee. Um, so we arrested him, and during that time, there was a big bad confusion about it, and some shit happened with North Carolina. He would run over to Asheville, North Carolina. So Asheville, I worked with Ace Bonded over there, and Keith Rice and all of them. If you know Keith Rice, he was on television shows with people, Lizard Lick Towing, a couple of those guys. He was he done a few things with them, but he's legit. He's legit. There's we worked. I mean, he'll pretty much vouch for me on that. But anyways, Eric Rush had came over to Asheville, so we set a couple agents to do a spot check, and sure enough, I think it was around Christmas time, to be honest with you, and he was at a hotel and he was doing tricks here and there, and we set up a sting operation, and he had fell into it. And when he opened the door, of course, it was me, and I hit him with an elbow, and that's what split his head. You know the picture. You've seen the picture,
Yes,
obviously.
I have seen the picture. Yes.
I was the one done that to him. I did that to him. I hit him and busted his head open. And if you see, he's in a hospital there and he's cuffed. We've got him cuffed. So what happened between that? To be honest with you, I don't know how he swindled out of that.
Who were you working the sting with? For? Who were you working the sting for?
We was with Washington County Sheriff's Department.
Washington County. Okay.
Yep.
Mm.
Washington County. That's Johnson City. At that time, that's back in, oh my God, 2011, 2012, 2012. I don't know. See, 2009, 2009, 2008, something like that.
Okay, and you worked at Hay House in 2015. Is that correct?
2013. I started in 2013.
2013. Okay. Um, let's discuss any personal interactions you had with Eric Rush at the Hay House.
Okay. Like in what?
Any interactions you had with him? You know what he said.
Oh yeah, I know what he said. He said that on all the guards. I mean, there was an internal investigation. There was an investigation opened into it, and I ended up taking restraining orders out on him. I mean, you can FOIA those restraining orders from Washington County.
Okay, I'll do that.
Do that.
I can do an open records request.
Do that.
Okay, on Eric Rush.
And then even after, and when I got married, even after I left Sullivan County Community Corrections, he followed me for 3 or 4 years after that. And then I put his head and busted his. Well, anyways, I won't talk about that.
Okay, but you didn't have any personal relationship with him at all?
No, I never. As a matter of fact, I never hardly answered any of the messages, thousands and thousands of messages. What he would do, he would make my PayPal. He would send me like a 5 or 6 cent on PayPal, and then he would request it back. And then what that does is it would throw my PayPal into a loop, and it would get me for people requesting money back, and he would destroy my PayPal.
Methy Mama, somebody do something with her. Time her out. Get that out of here, please.
Thank you.
I don't.
Told you.
She wasn't here when
with me. I'll be straight up with you.
She. Okay, we don't. Okay. You weren't here when I gave down the rules here, but we're respectful to panel guests and chat. Thank you, Innocent, for doing that. I don't put up with that here. You might be able to get away with that in other chats, but we don't do that here. Okay, so let's go back to Gatlinburg. Now, on the 15th, you were doing that production at Newton, Tennessee, in the park.
Newport.
Newport. Okay.
That was a predator. That was a predator bus. We was talking with the sheriff's department in Cott County. Michael Whitmer. He was our lead into the Department of Homeland. He was the branch from the sheriff's department to the Department of Homeland. Yes.
Okay. People said that you paid. What was the guy's name? Tony or something?
Talking about Tim, the predator.
Tim. That he was a paid actor. He didn't act very panicked or like he was caught doing anything.
No, he was not. He was not a paid actor.
Okay, you were in contact with him by text. Is that correct?
Yes, by app. Tina was the one that was working that.
Okay, so she was in contact with him.
Yes.
Okay. So
and that had been set up days prior. That had been days prior. That wasn't just a one-time thing. He had just waited on a kid on that day for 5 or 6 hours.
Okay. Okay.
This can be verified through the Cott County Sheriff's Department. I mean, from Michael Whitmer. I mean, Deputy Whitmer can verify all of it.
I can do that. You're giving me some things that I can check up on here.
I mean, at that time we were working with the Department of Homeland. He was our pretty much our liaison through the Department of Homeland.
Okay. Okay, Tina said that you disappeared after that for 3 to 4 hours.
Well, what
Can
do you
you
mean
tell us
after that?
after you filmed that sting?
I don't know if it was before or after. I think we may have went to, it was either that day or the day after that we went to Gatlinburg. I know it had to be during that time because Dalton and Cody lived about 3 hours from where we were at. So I knew it, there had to be a time that they came over there. And I know they didn't maybe, I don't know, I can't remember and I can't recall if they stayed all night one night and slept into the store or not. But I think they may have got a hotel, and I think it might have been the day after. I don't know. It was around that time period, whether it was that day exactly or if it was the day after.
Okay, what were you driving?
Dodge Challenger. No, see, Dodge Challenger. No, Dodge Charger. I had a Dodge Charger then. Dodge Challenger was before that.
Okay, who had the Hummer?
Uh, Tina and Xander.
But you didn't drive the Hummer at all?
No,
Okay. Did you stay, where were you staying while you were at Gatlinburg filming? At a hotel or?
no. We was only over there for a few hours, if that.
Okay. Um, okay, you said at one point that if people wanted to find out what happened to Summer Wells, they could come to a certain hotel. What was that about?
Mm, I don't recall.
Um, Innocent? Do you want to write something about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you've got more information to jog my memory, this has been a long time. This has been a very long time.
Okay, Tina said that but they drove the Hummer.
Hmm.
Okay. What was the deal with the hotel? Somebody fill me in a little more on that. It was one of Fred's sister's hotels. You said if they wanted to know what happened to Summer to go and ask at the hotel.
Hold on a second. Sis, they're not they're not kind of amplifying that right now, but you know, it is what it is. I ain't worried about it. I'm ready. Go ahead.
Greenbelt Motel.
The what now?
The Greenbelt Motel. You
The
said go.
Greenbelt
Yes.
Motel. I don't remember that. I don't recall that.
All right. Um.
I don't ever remember a Greenbelt Motel. I mean, I went over to the PGA golf tournament with Don. What's his name?
Don B. I don't know.
Don Blankenship. You know who that is? They call him the Dark Master, the Dark Lord of West Virginia. He,
No, I don't
the bill,
believe so.
the billionaire.
No.
I've done
Sorry.
personal security. I've done security for him before, and that's the one I went to the Greenbrier Hotel. The Greenbrier Hotel is that's what you're referring to.
I don't know. People are saying Greenbelt, but I don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know nothing about no Greenbelt.
When you okay, so you don't remember, you don't recall telling people to go to the hotel to find out what happened to Summer.
No, I don't recall that.
What information did you have about Summer at the beginning? How did you get involved? Other than the search, was the search at the racetrack? Was
Well,
that your first involvement in
here's the
Summer's
thing.
case?
When it first happened, we reached out and we offered our assistance because it was so close. And they said, "No, we got enough people. We don't." And we was busy anyways with predator stuff we was doing. So after about, I want to say July, August, September. I can't remember exactly when. There was a gentleman and an elder couple that came and pretty much they got my attention, and they was like, "Look, Police said you could search here. We got permission for here and here and here. I never knew that it had anything to do with psychics or who was the one side, who was that person? I don't even know her name. I don't even know.
Juanita?
Is it Juanita? No, she goes by something else. What? It's something else, I think.
Donna?
I don't know. Tina, who
Oh,
was the person?
I know
I don't know.
Juanita Safranski. Oh, Dusty Albritton?
Dusty, yeah, Dusty.
Okay.
Is it Albright or whatever it
Albritton.
was?
Mm-hmm. Albritton.
Yeah, Dusty Albritton, the one with the cat. Yeah, that one. I never knew it had anything to do with her. I had actually put my messages up from the time she messaged us to the time all that. It was Dusty. Yes, team. It was Dusty. I got it. It was Dusty. But yeah, I mean, I never knew anything. When I crossed over the hill there, uh, they had the little spirit box or whatever. And as me and Xander were walking up top of the hill there, and they're sitting there chanting in the box. As the first time I ever knew anybody, I know that there were supposed to be other members there, but I didn't know what they were. I didn't have no clue. That's a fact.
Okay.
And I had never been there. Never hung out there, didn't know what to expect. All I know is the owner said, hey, let these guys come out here. You can look, you can do this and that. I didn't know it was going to blow up like it did. It wasn't fake. We didn't fake none of that. We had the whole team there. We didn't fake none of that. And the only reason we did that is because it was in line with the Don Wales interview we were supposed to do.
Okay, the owner of the racetrack said that you were trespassing.
No, he never.
You didn't get.
No, he never. No, he never. He actually put out a public post. He put out a public post saying we were allowed to do that. However, he didn't like the outcome, is what he said, or something like that.
Okay. Did you think that was the way to handle evidence in a search with a missing child's case, was to just pick things up? And didn't you think you should have alerted actual law enforcement to flag those items and properly collect them?
Well, where we were at, to be honest with you, it ain't what you know, it's who you know, if you understand what I'm talking about, especially with law enforcement at that time. I had a real big upper hand. I knew all the law enforcement. I knew the people there. I'd worked them areas in bounty hunting years before.
So why
So I
didn't you
knew,
have one of your law enforcement friends there? You were
well, I
trained
knew,
in this, right?
yes, I were.
So why are you mishandling what could possibly be evidence?
Well, the only thing we did that was mishandling it, because I had gloves on, the only thing we did mishandling it is putting it in the wrong container. That's it. And if you look at the percentage rate of it, it really don't hurt it anyways. It don't hurt it.
Well, it should have been
But
photographed before it was moved, right?
well, it was photographed. Everything was photographed. We
What
did
do you mean
everything.
by law enforcement? You weren't acting at the behest of any law enforcement agency, correct?
We were not law enforcement. No,
Okay, thank you.
we were
Um,
not law enforcement. No.
all right.
Did law enforcement know we were there? Yes.
Okay, I'm surprised they weren't in closer contact with
Because
you, I guess.
they'd already done their investigation. They was pretty much done with it.
Well, how
From that
many days?
area, that's not a 60. Look, what they do is they start out as a mushroom. It's a 60-mile radius they run around with. After so many days, that radius starts closing in. Hell, this is 2 or 3 months after. So think about it.
Was it that long? I was just going to ask you how long after Summer went missing.
Yes, it was 2 or 3 months after.
Okay.
Now, if it would have been like in July or June or something like that, yes, it would have been a definite. It would have been a damn definite. But this was like in August, September, maybe I can't even remember. Maybe even later than that. I can go back and look. If you go to Predator Hunter Nation, you could probably see it. They've
Okay.
got the video still up. That'd be one way to find out definite.
Okay, people are mentioning Raven. I really don't know anything about Raven, but
I
guess
don't know. Raven. I have never met Raven. I don't know why they come up with that. That was the Jimbo thing, I guess. I've never met Raven. Never. I don't know the deal with that. I don't know whether somebody fell in love or what the deal was with that. I don't know. I've never met. Now I have talked to Raven on Messenger a few times, but nothing like that. And it wasn't even nothing. It was brief, very brief. They ran with that. A lot of stuff they ran with. That's all I know.
What did Raven have to do with the search? Was he there at the racetrack?
As far as I know, he was there. I don't know if he was there with us. No, I don't know him. I didn't know him. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I don't know who all Dusty had out there. I don't know. We didn't pay no attention to them. I didn't speak to them, as a matter of fact. Me, Xander, and Ray pretty much went on our own deal, what we was going to do, and that's the way we kept it. We kept it professional, the way we knew how to do it. And we did great. We did more than what any other agency did. I'll just tell you that. Everybody else showed up in flip flops and stuff. We had boots on. We was ready. We weighted the waters. We turned over a boat. We done everything we needed to do. And of course, and the only reason we did that is because, again, my deal with that is I jumped in it too fast. I didn't get to study it. Didn't have time to study it because of the approach. The approach that was made to me was saying, hey, this is what's happening. This body's been moved, supposedly here and there. I didn't know. I hadn't even looked into the Summer Wells case because in the beginning we asked and they said, no, it's okay. So there.
Okay. Don't get your back up here. We're just
No, he did not
discussing.
put a post up. If you go back, you can see the post he put up. You're a liar. You're a liar.
No. Don't talk to her that way.
Well, she's
Okay.
not going to say, she's not going to, that's what they do. They trick everything around. When the documentation is there, go get it yourself. We had permission. There was 2 posts he put up. We had permission. Okay.
Okay.
That's
I can
it.
look for that.
How
Okay.
the hell would we got through the gate then? Why ain't I in jail for trespassing then? You make no fucking sense. Anyways,
Clean it
continue.
up. Clean it up. Okay. Somebody wanted to know if you knew Dudley Ajan. He worked
Who?
with Dudley Ajan. He was one of Don's
I knew a
coworkers.
Dudley. I knew a Dudley. I don't know what his last name was. I knew one from construction and stuff. I don't know if it was the same one or not because this is in years prior. Think
Right.
about it.
Right.
I mean, you're looking into when I was an electrician. Let me think. Let me think when this was. I want to say. See, my son was born in 2005. Three years, 2008. Because I've been where I was working at Colonial Heights. That's when I met Dick Warlock. Hung out with Box. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. So around 20, I want to say 2000, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. I worked with Clark Electric, and I made, that's around those times. That's when I started. So,
Okay, so you just would have known people that worked.
yeah, I knew. Well, I mean, they were.
2007, 8, 9. Don Wells was not in the area then.
We were. That's when I started. That's when I started. That's what I was doing. We were connected with everybody in Kingsport. Everybody in Kingsport from them days, from them times. I just started then. I was working construction and I started doing electrical work. Well, I was in Colonial Heights first. I worked at First Baptist in Colonial Heights. That's where I met Dick Warlock. I met a lot of other people and a lot of bikes and stuff with that.
Okay, but Don Wells.
I can't remember what year I met Don. I don't know for a fact what year it was. I mean, that's when I started. I worked a few years here. I worked a few years there. Then I got into electrical work. And then I had the thing with the wrestlers. And then I was gone for 30 days and I came back. I got back with my ex. And then it was my son's birthday party when I got back with her. And then I think I started working after that with electrical, and that's when I met Don. That was years later, 13, 12, 13, 14, something like that.
Okay. Margaret wants to know if you had intel on this case, why not turn it over to law enforcement? Did you have any contact with
yes, TBI.
Okay, but you didn't. What about Lawson? Tell us about Lawson telling you to get off Summers'
I
case.
don't fuck with Lawson, okay? We go back. I
Clean
don't
up the
fuck with
language,
Lawson.
please. Clean up the
I don't
language.
screw with Lawson, okay? That's just a fact.
All right.
I don't mess around with Lawson, okay? I know Lawson personally from way before fucking he was anything.
Okay.
I don't mess around with Lawson.
Okay. How did that come about that he told you not to?
Because he knew I knew, okay? If you really want to know, he knew I knew.
He knew you knew what?
It don't matter. Because it's done and gone now, okay? There's nothing that can be done now. Simple.
Oh, Danny, I'm pretty sure he didn't know Jose Roman. That came
Jose was from Georgia.
Okay, come on, people. Let's clean up the comments.
Okay, we'll clean it up. Let's just not ask, like when you go into law enforcement, involving law enforcement, he knows what my problem is with him. I've told him over the phone. I've told him many a different times.
Okay.
I want nothing to do with Ronnie Lawson, okay?
Okay, yep.
Or his pedophile son.
Okay. Were you a licensed electrician?
No.
Okay.
I was electrical assistant helper is what I was, but I done electrical work.
All right. Okay. I believe
And
that.
I think in Kingsport, after 3 or 4 years, you can pretty much do your own thing. I've done handyman stuff and stuff like that with that.
Okay. Did you know Tim Mullen at all? He does that Discover Kingsport, does a lot of photographies and a lot of production and promotion.
He's a photographer and all that shit.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, how long before this did you know him? Or was it just after Summer went missing?
It was after Summer went missing. I'd heard of Tim Mullen before.
Okay.
And some Hawkins County bullshit, but anyways, go ahead.
Okay, I'm looking down. Okay, some of these are inappropriate here. You said that you know where Summer's body is. Did you say that, Ernie?
No.
Okay. That phone call. I know where she was at that phone call, and she wasn't moving Summer. I think that was kind of blown out of proportion. Did you make that an issue, that phone call?
Did I make what an issue?
When she was drunk and throwing up in the shovel.
Where had she just came for before that?
Where had she just came from?
You said she was there all day. That's not true.
Yeah, she was there drinking. She was with her girlfriend.
So she was drinking?
Yeah.
That whole day?
That's what her mom said.
No, she was not. She was over there with me.
Well, then you know where it is.
She was over there in Newport with us for about 3 hours, 2.5 hours before that. I put it on live. It's on there. You can take the dates. You can match them up.
I don't think that. No. No, I know where she was.
Okay, then you know. And I'm telling you you're wrong, but you go ahead.
Well,
because she said, I have to go somewhere. I have to leave. I said, well, here, stay and talk to the team. No, I don't want to talk to them. Yeah, okay. It was the same day. Because that night she called me. That's when I gave. Anyways, it is what it is. Let's keep going.
Okay. Where's the other phone? Just a minute, Lacey. Jordan, no. Yeah. Thank you, Eve. Clean up the chat. Oh, okay. So let's see you and Benny and Cher. Talk a little about your involvement with Benny and Cher's involvement at the beginning there.
I didn't know nothing about Benny. I didn't know nothing about Cher. I didn't know anything about that.
How did you get involved with those two?
Benny had messaged me and he said, "Hey, I seen you to racetrack or something like that. I need you to come up here. I've seen something about you being a bounty hunter and all that." And I didn't know nothing about YouTube at the time, hardly. Remember, that was all on Facebook. And then right after that is right when we come to YouTube, pretty much.
Right. And he has a lot of, I haven't had time to watch them all, but he has a lot of YouTube videos on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it does.
Asking you questions and things. I don't think
he's asking me questions. I think it is me asking him questions that he couldn't answer. But anyways, it is what it is.
Okay. I can't. Landon Stallard. Okay, I just got sent something here. From the Volunteer Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read this, or is this going to trigger you?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
We appreciate your efforts in trying to locate this little girl, but with that said, our whole facility is under 24/7 video surveillance, and our friends with enforcement can have access to it at any time. Well, that's a good point, that anybody that came there doing anything nefarious would be seen on camera, right? Your post is basically accusing our facility. I say I may own it, but Volunteer Speedway is one huge family that consists of thousands of fans, race teams, and the community, and is family oriented as any place in Northeast Tennessee. The fact that you are posting pics of things that are used every race night shows your ignorance. Load up and bring your CSI wannabe crew tonight and watch about 1,000 people on the pit side alone, which will include dozens of kids roaming these 70 acres. Gates open at 5. I do suggest you not let anyone know who you are personally, though. If this ignorant post isn't removed in the next little bit, I'll post it on our track page, and there will be 40,000 of our loyal fans blowing you up. By the way, my name is Landon Stallard.
I talked with Landon. I already talked with him. I actually talked with him. I didn't make the post on our Predator Hunter Nation page in the first place. I didn't do it. I wouldn't have wanted done it. So I did talk with Landon. Yes, I did after it was over because I didn't like what he posted, and I pretty much I think I talked to him through Messenger. I may still have the messages somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
And we both agreed it was a mistake. So there. We both got it on the wrong foot, but he did say we appreciate you. And if you read the post before, you're reading what's after. Read what was before.
That is actually the only thing I was sent here.
Yeah, that's the only thing you're seeing. That's what they do. They only send the bad stuff. You can do 1,000 good things out there, people, but the first time you do something bad, it don't matter what it is. It could be as simple as not giving a kid a candy bar or something shit like that and it crying. You're going to be remembered for that, but not your good shit you've ever done. That's a fact.
Okay, Ernie, dial it back just a little bit. Okay, come on, you guys. Clean up the chat, please. Seriously. Okay, Margaret said you said you have phone calls with you and Candace that she was gagging and puking and crying, and you knew where she was and what she was doing. Why not tell law enforcement?
I told law enforcement everything.
Okay, I'm not positive there were cameras there where she was, but they were surrounded by an awful lot of people, Margaret, when she was doing that. They were digging a campfire. Okay. Yeah, the tape. You said there was duct tape with Summer's long blonde hair in there. Now Summer was pretty bald when she went missing. What led you to think that was hers?
I just said that there was duct tape, and I said or it wasn't I don't think it was duct tape. It was electrical tape, where they tape batteries or something in a little car. I don't know. I have no idea. But there was hair and stuff stuck to the tape, and that was put and collected. That was it. That was it. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. I didn't study the case. I told you I didn't study the case. I didn't know
Right.
anything about the case. I was there to help two people who I thought were going to be helping us. We went to their house, picked up the files. I thought they was going to be with us. I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know that we were going to be going by ourselves, pretty much. That wasn't what the deal was. But it changed. That's what usually happens. It changes. But we had the whole team. We had the cameras. We had everything. We was going to meet Don Wells after that was over. So it is what it is.
Okay. Let's move on. The brain chip. Your brain chip. That started with Tina, right?
No,
No? Tell me about that.
no. I'll pass.
All right. Okay, you guys, come on, please. What led to the break with your family? And why did you not go to your dad's funeral? Or you did go, correct?
I did. You know, I went to both of them. I went to the awake and I went to the funeral. The night at the awake, you know, his wife, whatever, she didn't say
Crystal?
nothing to me. She
Yeah.
didn't. When he died, I was there when he died. Okay, I got to talk to my dad before he died.
I know.
I'm the one.
I saw a picture of you with him shortly before he died. Yes.
I'm the one. I'm the one that bought his pizza. I'm the one that bought everybody pizza there that day.
Okay.
I went to the awake. I went to the wake and everything. Nothing was said. Me and her talked and everything. It wasn't brought up till the funeral. And right when the funeral gets ready to start, she jumps up and she says, "I want him out of here. Rah, 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 rah. Get him, Adam. Get him, Zach. Get him, get him, get him." I stood up. I was like, ready. Come on. I had two bounty hunter friends with me that night. I had two bounty hunter people with me that night. We was ready for anything. We would clear that whole damn church out if we had to. But I looked over at the preacher, who I respect 1,000%. And I said, "Bill, I'll go." The police was at the door. The police wasn't even going to do anything. The police was at the door. I walked out. They said, "Just, let's just do this peacefully." I said, "I will." I walked up to the casket first. I looked at Dad, and I looked back over. Adam was sitting there, and Zach both was sitting there. They wouldn't dare fucking move. We walked out the door. The police officers was there. They said, "Have a good one, brother." I said, "You too." And I said something to the preacher. I can't remember what exactly I said to the preacher. I knew Bill really well. We got in the vehicle and we headed out.
Why would you take other people to your dad's funeral? That's a family thing, right?
It is.
Did you ask about any inheritance that you would be getting when you were at the funeral?
No, I never wanted anything. And I've got messages with that. When
Okay.
they said Dad had a bunch of money, I said, "I don't want any of it." I said, "Split it up with the family." Because the question was asked, do you want the parts? Do you want a big lump sum of it? You have to understand, I'm my dad's son. I'm his oldest son. So they asked me, I said, "I don't want any of it." I said, "Split it up with the family.
Okay.
Split it up. I don't want it. I didn't want nothing." So that's a lie when they say I wanted stuff from my dad. I wanted nothing from my dad.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's okay, Ernie. I'm just
Well,
asking the
I
questions
didn't
here.
want anything. I don't know what was been said after that. You can ask the lawyers. Why don't you call the lawyers? I
Okay.
signed the paper. I signed the paper saying I didn't want anything.
It's
There's
okay.
not.
You answer.
Why don't you do a FOIA on that? It's public
You,
records, right? You can see where I signed it away. I didn't
Calm
want
down.
anything.
Calm
Okay,
down,
I'm just
Ernie.
making sure. I'm just making sure that's clear.
You answered the question, and I did not dispute that. So
Hmm.
just calm down a little. Okay, the photo with Candace leaning on the tree with the shotgun. Jaded, that was not a shotgun. That was the handle of the tripod. There's another picture that is not widely out there that shows the tripod with the camera on it, and that's what that was, the little snap.
I have no idea about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, just clean it up.
I haven't said anything.
No, I'm saying the chat. The chat needs to
Oh
clean
yeah,
it
they're gonna
up.
say what? They're gonna say whatever.
I think Melissa. Well, I don't want that. Yeah. Um, Melissa, are you still in here? Melissa was in here. I don't know if she still is. Okay. You don't want to talk about the brain chip. Okay, let's talk about. Can we talk about Shelby without you losing?
Yeah,
the-
so that's what I thought it was going to be about mostly. But yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Oh. So Shelby told me that even if he knew that you were involved in Ronnie King, he would not turn you in because he would snitch. Most people in Harlan won't snitch. What made you decide to snitch, basically?
When he pointed the gun at the kid,
Yeah.
when we was going in Harlan at the 4-way, and the woman had the purse, and he said, "Damn, what a lick! Pull over. It's going to be pop pop." And I said, "Shelby, you're going to shoot her twice?" He said, "No, once for the child."
Okay, this is going nowhere, I can see. You
No,
know
it's not
that.
going nowhere because you don't want to know the facts. I've always stayed by my story. I always will because it's the
You,
truth.
you know
It
that to
don't
be
matter how much feelings you have for Shelby and how much you want to make it into that. The truth is the truth, and the truth will set you free.
You know, Shelby owns his shit. He'll admit to everything he
Oh,
has
he
ever
owns his
done.
shit. Oh, he owns his shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
he
does.
owns his shit. Tell me one thing he's owned.
Um, well, he didn't do the Meals on Wheels thing, but someone said you were involved in that. Do you want to talk
Again,
about that?
I know nothing about it. I was not in South Carolina when it happened. Okay, that was Shelby, not me. Shelby.
Shelby didn't
Why
have
did she?
anything to do. Shelby doesn't
What?
even know what Meals on Wheels is, Ernie.
Then why did he go to prison in South Carolina for?
That was for the car crusher.
Look, tell me about that. Explain that to me.
I don't know how
Explain it.
much.
You don't know nothing. You didn't
I
do your
do
homework.
too.
You didn't
No,
do your homework on this. You have
I
plenty of
did.
time to prepare for this.
It
I'm
doesn't have
prepared.
anything to do with
Well, tell me why he went to prison in South Carolina. Why he had to wear the brace when he fell off the fucking building trying to get away from police. Tell me why.
that didn't
I bet
happen.
Ruby. I bet you could bring Ruby Cloud up. I bet she could tell you. I bet
Okay.
I bet John Paul's girlfriend or ex Christy Worthington can tell you. Meals
Okay.
on fucking wheels is why he was robbing old people.
No, he wasn't, and he's never gotten charged with that. He's never gotten
Okay.
charged with home invasion. He's never gotten charged with a violent
Okay.
crime. So
Okay. It plainly shows on his record he's broke into many houses. Home invasion. You've lost your fucking mind. You act like you know him. You don't.
he's broken into houses, yes, but not with people in them.
Really. Really.
Yeah.
Ask him what he did to Clark Price up in Holmes's mill when he killed him.
He didn't kill him.
Then what did he do to him?
Oh my God. Ernie,
Yeah, you want to go there? What did he do to John Berger? Won't you ask Mom what? Won't you ask Mom what Shelby done to John Berger?
he didn't
He
do
pushed him off
anything
the
to John.
Eufaula Bridge.
No, he did not.
He pushed him off the Eufaula Bridge, and Gators got John Berger. The U.S. Marshals themselves go ahead, foyer it. When we were kids, rode back on the bus with us for our safety to get us back to our parents. Is
Ernie,
that true or false? Is that true or false?
this is not a good look for you.
It's not a good look for you either. Is that true or false? Did that happen? Yes or no?
Just calm down. I do know about
Yes
John
or
Berger.
no? Did the U.S. Marshals ride the bus back with us to
Yes,
make
they
sure?
did. They did ride the
Bingo.
bus.
Why don't you fucking talk about it then? Because you want to make me out to be
Ernie?
a bad person. You
No,
want to
I'm
try to
not.
be out everybody else is and try to
Ernie?
make me look bad. It's coming for you, Lisa, and all of you bastards it is. You try to
Ernie?
discredit me, I am real, and you're going to find out. Continue.
You need to take a little break here. Did you say why you snitched on Shelby?
I told you because he was going to kill a kid. Because Shelby's motto for a kid is, I'm doing it a favor, that way I don't have a chance to grow up and go to hell. You want to I tell you what, let's have Shelby take a polygraph test and have me take a polygraph test, both of us at the same time. Boom.
I would. Well, polygraph test.
It's $745. Go ahead and do it. We'll come up with the money.
Yeah, Ernie. I think you're kind of losing it.
I'm not losing nothing, but I'm going to speak facts, especially on my life and what I've been through. Hell yeah, I will.
But you're not speaking facts. Melissa, is Melissa still here?
I'm not speaking facts. How you know? Was you there? No, you wasn't. You've only been involved in this, what, 7 months now? 7 months?
That doesn't
That's
mean I
it.
don't know what's happened.
How do you know you wasn't there? Answer that question. How do you know you wasn't there? How do you know? That don't get it. How do you know?
Ernie, stop being so confrontational.
I'm not being confrontational. You can't answer the fucking question. Simple as that.
Stop with the language or you're going to be kicked. I'm serious. This is my panel, and this is not what we do on my panel.
If that's your way out, then go ahead.
Oh,
Simple.
for crying out loud, yeah.
Obviously it is. Keep on. Let's bring Teagle up. Let's bring Teagle up. Let's bring Marcus up. Let's bring Steve Duff up, former sheriff of Harlan. Ask about Shelby if he's never robbed somebody or what all he's done with somebody in the house before. You're full of shit.
Rage quit. Hey, Brad Enlow. Welcome. Shelby admits everything he's ever done, Ernie, including some things he did at your behest. So I don't think we want to go there.
I think we do. I have nothing to hide. Nothing to hide.
I'm not buying
You're
that.
not prepared. You're not prepared.
Oh. Okay, so Ernie, you said you were there for Meals on Wheels. Tina said that you sent her crime scene photos of the Meals on Wheels crime before it had even been discovered. Can you explain that?
I don't know what she's talking about.
If you own your...
I never even knew Tina during that time, so that's a lie. That was back in 2013, 2012 or some shit. I never knew Tina then. So don't try to fucking cover shit. I've got you guys, okay? You can't cover nothing. Put it out there. Put it out there.
Fox, you're funnier than shit. What do you know? Okay, let's go back. Things are getting out of control here.
It's not. It's not getting out of control.
In
You asked me a question.
In chat it is. Hello, Rita.
That's normal.
Well, not here. It isn't normal.
Oh, well, okay. I'm not used to that, but.
No, you're not. And I have some rules here and we're going to follow them.
Oh, she's not. Team, she's not. I'm good. I'm okay.
Oh, Terry Southern Girl. Okay, so you weren't here when I read the rules either, so let's just dial it back, okay? I know you're an
How
Ernie
is that dialing
fan.
it back? She asked a simple question. She just
She
asked a
Shelby's
simple
a
question.
woman.
Well, I mean, what is that? They're asking a question. I mean, you're asking me questions like, did I snitch on somebody and all
You
that
know
shit and try
what?
to make it, you're derogatory about it, you
Because
know?
I'm interviewing you and
No, it's because
I
you
get to ask the
automatically,
questions.
you're a biased person. Simple.
He was not convicted of a murder. It was a hung jury. He took a plea. Hi, Dee Dee. Yeah, I think I do deserve respect, but I'm not getting it. Why did Ernie not tell the police at the roadblock that Shelby threatened a child? That's a very good question.
Because Shelby had a gun pointed at him.
Oh my
Huh? Shelby had a
Lord.
gun under his lap.
Um,
He didn't? Are you saying he didn't? Are you saying
no.
he didn't have it? He didn't have the guns. He didn't have the gun under his lap.
He didn't have a gun. You even said he didn't have the gun, but he'd have it the next day. Were you going to take it over to him or what? Okay, now you're
I
getting
never.
me.
You're a fucking liar. I never said that, and you can
I'm
never
not
find
a
that.
fucking
You
liar. Okay, that's
you
better.
are a liar. I never said that. I always have stuck with my truth. Shelby was sitting on top of the pistol when Danny Cottle stuck his head in. When Danny Cottle stuck his head in, Shelby told me after that he was going to blow his brains out. He said, "You're lucky."
Okay, did you read what
John Berger's car was last seen at the airport, and Ernie and Shelby Lee was these big guys. They act weirdo as heck, but Ernie and Shelby Lee was back in South Carolina, us and we's with home Shelby Lee. John Berger never had a car, sis. You're a liar. John Berger was underage.
Yeah, they were kids.
We were kids. So Melissa, I know you can't talk sometimes, but you're wrong.
Okay. Okay, Ernie, that's it. Drop down, please. I think we're done.
Exactly. You can't handle the truth. We'll continue this on my live right now. We'll continue this on my live. You're more than welcome to come up, Lisa, because I'm going to bust you and Shelby tonight. How's that? Facts.
Do you
You
think
want to
you
break
can?
this up right now? Why it's going so good? That's you. That shows you can't take the heat. You are the one. It is what it is. Let's just say that. You want to continue on?
Okay, here we go. Um, the tiger has left the building. I knew at some point that was going to happen. Yeah, I'm getting some messages. Why would I do this? Yeah, I was warned. I still felt like it was worthwhile. We did get some information out of him that can be checked, right? We did pin him down on some things. We can check to see if that's the truth or not. Whoops. Melissa wants a link. Yeah, BS. I think holy water, yeah, very needed. Okay, Melissa, you're going to come up? All right, let me get the link. You know, you're going to be the subject of Ernie's new live along with me here, if you do this. Okay, there you go, hon. Thank you, Raindrop Lost. He did admit to living close to Summer Wells. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he's all triggered. I mean, I just asked him the questions and he answered them. Kind of. Shelby certainly triggers him. Shelby doesn't understand why Ernie's so jealous of him. Guardian Angel, I think, yeah. Yeah, I don't put up with that here. We don't put up with that here. Hi, Carrie Moody. Um, yeah. Well, okay. He said he worked as an electrician for Melissa. Did you get the link? You can grab the link, hon. Melissa, Chica Melissa is Ernie's sister. Now, Ernie said he worked as an electrician for 4 years, and Shelby said he worked for 2 weeks wiring lights for an electrician. And I have to say, I kind of believe that. And I've never known Shelby to lie, good or bad. Thank you, Chopstick. Well, he didn't actually take the fall purposely. But, they didn't have evidence. The trial was a hung jury. What my opinion is on why Ernie turned on Shelby. Melissa, do you need me to drop the link again? Melissa? Okay, there it is again. He did plead guilty. Yes, he did, Donna. He was not convicted. He never told us he knew anyone in the Summerwell circle. To the contrary, he straight up denied it. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna. I believe that. I do. I wonder about his motivation. As long as he's over there talking about me, I guess I can talk about him, right? Did he see her at Gatlinburg? Did he plan something? Something for publicity? I don't know. Was he involved somehow in what happened that day? I'm not saying he deliberately did anything. I'm not saying he did anything at all, but did he? I think it's a question. Melissa Hunter, are you having problems? Yes, his whole family testified that he was a liar. So you're going to believe Shelby. You know what? Yes, Shelby doesn't lie. And Ernie's a liar. His own family testified to that. Okay, Melissa, do you want to mute, black your camera? Turn your camera off, or? Oh, you just showing the top of your head? That's okay. Can you talk? Melissa? Oh, she dropped down. Well, there's a lot of. I never heard him knowing these people prior to Summers. Well, of course we haven't heard that. That's why I'm asking him burning questions that I needed to know. I have more. Yes, I do have the dates, and he was filming there. I do have the dates. I have pictures of him there. Shortly after that, though, he was in Kentucky with his dad. I have a picture of that. Stop and think. Yes, thank you everyone for being there, being here, and listening. Thank you for being respectful in chat, even if respect wasn't always given by our panel guest. But, there were some inflammatory comments. But overall, I think you guys, you did good. Thank you. Appreciate that. We don't do trolls here. Yeah, Shelby, I don't know. We've talked quite a bit. He's never told me a lie. Anything I ask him, good or bad, He'll tell me every last detail. He doesn't hide from anything. He admits to drug use, the robberies, pretty much everything. Some of it was Ernie's idea, and Shelby just went along with it. If you know Shelby, he is the kind of person that is a little naive. I don't know, but he's got a lot more loyalty than Ernie, because he told me, even if he thought Ernie did it, he doesn't think Ernie did it. He doesn't want to believe that Ernie could do something like that. I know. He said he's a serial killer, so. Yes. Thank you, Exploited. Yes, Tabitha. Oh, yeah, Shelby was kind of upset about that because some of the stuff she said wasn't true. And I have some proof of some of that. Can I move the comment? Did he know something about Summer? I don't know. Yes, his family does. Yes, randomly Ash Melissa is Ernie's sister. Well, loving life. Can we talk about that? I don't know. Tina. Maybe Tina could know more about that, but she said that Ernie disappeared that day. So I don't know. I certainly don't think Tina was involved in it. If it was 3 months after Summer went missing, there was quite a reward then too, wasn't there, at that point? I'm not accusing anyone, just knocking things around. I think if Ernie knew Don, that's a good point. Just for you. That is a good point. That is a very good point. If Ernie knew Don, he would have been saying it all along. I agree with that. He definitely would have. He would have been telling us he knew Don and all about Don, and especially since he tries to blame Don. Yep, that's a very good. I'm not sure he told the truth about Eric Rush either, actually. Terry, okay. It won't let me. Here, Melissa, let's give it one more try. Hi, Shirt No Carrie. Okay, I'm going to drop the link once more, and let's try it one more time, Melissa. I think people would like. I ain't worried about his lying ass. Yeah, I think we know. Can someone tell me about Eric Rush? Okay, Andy, I will tell you about Eric Rush as soon as we, Life's a Dance. Ernie is not involved in Summer's case. I admit it's a long shot, but I think it's worth a discussion just because people have been talking about it so much lately. So, nothing wrong with digging into it and discussing it and ruling it out, right? Yeah, he was at the Hay House, Andy. Do you remember him? He's someone that claimed that Ernie abused him in the closet there, took advantage of him because he was a recovering addict, and gave him a couple of diseases. So he's made, there's a couple of videos out there about him. Pink bow, we're not doing that. No, we don't do that here. Sorry. Sorry, Pink bow. Who wants a pink bow up here? I think you're on the wrong channel, Pink bow. Yes. Constance Sue. Thank you. Yes. Eric was, the Hay House was a private, run, working for the Department of Corrections. And I think it's somewhat, as Andy explained it, like where Fred Hill went when he got out of jail. You could kind of come and go. But I think the people there were mostly in addiction. Although I don't know. Yeah, Andy. Too bad you didn't see it and you could verify that what really happened there. Oh, nobody wants Pink Bow Birdo. Okay. The people that John Berger was with, they rented a car in their name, and the car was found with John's wallet and ID in the car. Okay. Ernie's story is that Shelby, like all stories, that involve people around Harlan. Somehow, Ernie feels like he has to inject Shelby into them. Shelby did tell me John Berger did go missing. The U.S. Marshals did ride the school bus with the kids because they were all young to try to, listen to what the kids were saying. Shelby said they didn't know that they were U.S. Marshals. Just I don't know how they managed to ride the bus and not be noticed. But Shelby said their mom told them that the U.S. Marshals were on the bus looking for info. Oh, my mods are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, mods. Let's take some bows. And they were busy tonight, too. So they did do a good job. They know what I like, what I want to happen. I don't like people to be blocked. I don't like to have to remove comments, but the dogs tracked Summer Wells to the road from her house. How easy would it have been for someone to pick her up and rescue her from the road? Kintsugi, there's so many cameras there, and the camera on the corner, and there's several cameras on that road. So I'm pretty sure, although law enforcement isn't sharing that information with us, I have no doubt they know exactly who was on that road and when. It seemed like there was a lot of traffic for that little dead end road that day. I'll tell you. Yeah, Melissa. Oh, Constance Sue. I think there were 2 guards that got caught. What did they get caught doing, Andy? Can you tell us? That's interesting. Was one of them Ernie? What were the guards doing? Constance Sue, do you want to come up and drop a couple Eric Rush's things so I can play them? See, there's a lot of people in here that I don't really know. But halfway house. Okay. Melissa, I'm trying to get Melissa up here. I everything I am typing disappears on here. Nobody's taking anything off. Okay, the only word I have blocked is liar. So if you type the word liar, I don't know. Are any of Melissa's comments being held for review? Because I don't know how to do that. Melissa Lamb's comment. Why do y'all want me at Ernie's? I think they just he has a lot of people have inserted themselves into discussions of the case. I've said from the beginning, I think a lot of locals use summer wells to settle personal grudges. You know, like when somebody gets killed, women call in and say, "Oh, that's my husband, that's my boyfriend." And it's my opinion that some of that is going on in the Summer Wells case, and it's not helping things. Because Pink Bow. Yeah, I think Pink Bow. Oh, Constance.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, Constance.
I'm fine. How are you? Am I
I'm
echoing?
great. No, you sound good.
Good. You want me to play a couple Eric clips?
Yeah, could you?
Okay,
Melissa,
yeah.
we really want Melissa Hurst.
Yeah.
Was Eric a young man?
There's a picture of him on this clip.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to. Some people are interested in finding out a little bit. Okay.
Whenever you're ready. It's
Okay.
there whenever you're ready.
Okay. I see it. I'm glad you're here to help me do this.
Okay. You ready to push play?
Yep.
This is Ernie and Eric having a conversation. How this conversation came out, Ernie forwarded it to Jimbo, I think, trying to exonerate himself, but it didn't realize it made him look, worse than what it did. But that's how the clip came out. Ernie recorded it, and then he sent it to Jimbo to try to make himself look good. I think that's the story. Kemper will know more. If Kemper's in the audience, Kemper will know exactly. Whatever Kemper says is the truth. Okay, here we go.
You're law enforcement, you tell me. I already told you. But anyways, all that I'm saying is that I thought you said I didn't have nothing to do with law enforcement. I mean, all I'm saying is that you're too fucking funny. You're funny. You really are. You really are. I mean, you're hilarious. I mean, you're too fucking funny. I mean, the way that you're way. I'm good, Eric. I'm good at what I do. No, you're not, because you're. That's why I've got over 1,156 arrests under me. I'm very good.
Okay. That's that one. Oh, why did I close that? Okay, give me a minute to find the other one.
Okay, Melissa, after we play this one, I'm going to call you. And then we can listen to you talk.
Okay.
Okay, Birdo, be nice, please.
Here's the next one. Now, this is another one that Ernie recorded, thinking it would make him, exonerated in something, and that's how it got out. But this is just Eric talking.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm just bored tonight. Just nothing to do at all, really. I've been, just trying to get you to talk, but you won't talk. And not only that, but I know you have a personal vendetta. I know that you feel like I've ruined your life, blah, blah, blah. And I'm ready. I'm really ready for you because honestly, I want to kill you. And for what you did to me, yeah. Because you did some pretty fucked up stuff too. And I'm ready because I'm got a score set on myself. And I'm far from finished.
multiple eBay accounts, always causing shit and trying to be part of something that has
Yeah.
turned its back on him. The hockey.
That's a longer clip, but yeah. I have a whole Eric Rush playlist if you want to listen to more of them whenever you're ready. But that's who Eric Rush is. He was a client, I think, at the Hay House that Ernie is accused of assaulting.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Eric's, Eric's
Yeah.
story. Okay. Can somebody drop Constance Sue's, link, please, to her channel so that in case people want to listen to more?
Thank you for having me up.
Oh, always a pleasure, Constance. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. All right.
Okay, let me call Melissa.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He treated you like crap.
That's all right. That's Ernie. I tried to keep him under control. Can you hear?
It says that you're calling me right now. Okay, I hear it.
Oh, you got you have YouTube going in the background.
Yeah, let me pause it
Yeah, you got to.
so I can hear myself. Can you hear me better?
Yep. Chat can hear you. So go ahead.
I'm trying to calm down. My nerves are shot out of hell. But anyway, I was over in South Carolina. Ernie and Shelby lived with these three guys. And one of them's name was, what was his name? Dexter or something. I don't know his last name. And all I remember is when Ernie and Shelby come back, Ernie was scared to death because Ernie said that John, they rented a car, these three guys did. And John didn't have no license at the time. I know that for a fact. Because I met the boy. And Ernie came back and said that John's, the car that John rented was at the airport with his wallet and his ID in it. And he was nowhere to be seen. And then Ernie said that they called his house, somebody that they know John would, know or something. And Ernie said that they haven't seen John.
Wow. I don't know if he ever turned up. Did he? Shelby said he didn't.
He told a bunch of people. He told a bunch of people that Shelby killed John. And they've looked into it and everything, and they can't find. They never did find John that I know of. But Shelby did not have nothing to do with that. I know Shelby too good.
Yeah.
I really do. I know Shelby too good.
He admits everything he's ever done. Everybody's ever robbed.
I know everything that Shelby's ever done.
Yeah.
I've been around him. I've hung out with him. I ain't gonna lie to you, I do. I miss him. I miss hanging out with him.
He's done a lot of growing in prison, working on himself, taking a lot of classes.
Ernie don't do nothing but lie.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
I think, yeah. I mean, your family testified to that in the trial. She does.
I should have been on that trial. But like I said, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Shelby knows why I couldn't. But I should have been there for Shelby. I let my cards down to my brother.
Well, he doesn't hold any grudges against anyone. I think he forgives. He's even forgiven Ernie and Jimbo. He doesn't ever want to see either of them again. Yes, this is Melissa Lamb on the phone. This is Ernie and Shelby's sister.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, Ernie. I don't know why fish fly like it was. Ernie did have a laptop over there. He would not let nobody bother it. touch it or anything. Wouldn't let nobody get on it. And it said RK 2013. Rest in peace. We can't figure out who RK was. If I knew something like that was going to go down, I would have warned his family, that man's family, but I didn't know. I seen it from my own eyes. There's another person that sees it too, but I can't say her name or anything, but
Yeah.
and, Don Jenkins was Shelby's investigator at the time. Don Jenkins took pictures of me where Ernie beat me to death when me and Ernie got in a fist fight. I got some hits in on him. I also kicked him over the top of a recliner chair and knocked him over into the floor.
Good for you. I shouldn't say that,
did.
but yeah.
I did. I sure did. And then he done some more stuff, but you know what? He's not my brother. You know, I've gave him chances after chances, but he's not my brother.
Your family is so fractured, Melissa, and I feel sorry for all of you.
I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. I really don't. And he even got on there and said that you said all kind of stuff about her family. Yeah, he even had one of my sisters on call listening, and she said, "Well, what's the website?" And I'll go to it and listen to it. Then she said, "I don't." She said, "I don't listen to that bull crap." Is what she said. Ernie tried to start all kind of stuff with you. It's all over YouTube.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm sniffling my nose is because I just got done doing my allergy shots.
Oh.
Yeah. I had to do an injection shot in my leg because my leg is inflamed where I fell in January, and it's messed my knee up.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get back on my feet. I am. Ernie's destroyed his whole family.
He has. I agree. He really has. Yeah, he's got everybody at odds over Shelby.
He hates me, but I don't care. I don't care.
Just made April. Heavens no. Oh my God. She said, I'm not even going to say that. That's what?
Yeah, just go ahead. Go ahead and tell me.
She
Go
said,
ahead and tell me.
is this the sister that slept with Shelby? Shelby didn't sleep with any of
Ernie started that. Ernie started that on YouTube. I've heard everything about it.
Oh my God.
I have never in my life slept with my brother. I have danced with my brother. Me and my friend did. And then Shelby liked my friend. And Shelby was young at the time. But I never did sleep with my brother. That's sickness. I've always been on Shelby's side and everything. I know how Shelby rose. I know how Shelby works. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is not my brother on that Everett's funeral home. That's not him walking by. Shelby does not walk with his hands in his pocket. Shelby walks with his hands out his pocket. Shelby can get a cigarette ash on him or anything on his shirt, and he's always dusting it off or either picking his shirt up and blowing it off. Shelby's too clean. And Ernie did come over there and Hazard with a scratch on his face. And I asked one of his girlfriends, because he was with this girl with 3 kids, and I said, did you scratch my brother? She said, no, I didn't put my hands on him. She said, he was like it when I picked him up. But me and Ernie got in a fist fight over Chevrolet, and Ernie did break in my aunt's house and steal her safe and steal her medicine and everything. She had cancer at the time. I know that for a fact. And I ain't got my aunt with me. My aunt died. She had cancer, but she got blown up by oxygen tank.
Wow.
If she was alive, she would have told you. Ernie's the one that broke in my house. The reason she didn't press charges because her and mom knowed each other and she loved my mom to death. They're sisters. That wasn't even mentioned, was it?
No.
Sure did.
Someone wants to know if you would give a statement to the U.S. Marshals.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't because put it this way. I know so much on Ernie.
Yeah, I know.
And when I wanted to testify for Chevrolet, you remember I told you it happened?
Yes.
Don't say nothing?
Yes.
I can't do it like that. I wish to God I could, but I can't.
Bam Bam, no, Melissa's a full sister.
Because I've got 35 calls coming in every day. Somebody's prank calling me and they won't say nothing and they something ain't right somewhere. I'm just trying to lay low.
Yes.
I wasn't involved in nothing, but Ernie knows I know too much.
Yeah, Ernie does try to discredit people that know the truth. That's his defense, is to, discredit people. He's trying to discredit me.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, whenever I was talking about Dad's funeral and stuff, I sat here in tears, but, And then the way Ernie lied about that, my stepmom kicked him out because he was wanting to know how much Dad had and what all he's going to get from Dad when Dad was dead. And then he even he called me or texted me or something. I can't remember what it was. I think he called me or somebody called me in the family and said that they took out my teddy bear. They took out my coal miner hat. They took out my coal miner blanket to Dad out of his casket. I had my husband and my daughter to go to my dad's funeral on his wake to see if it was still in the casket, and it was in the casket. Ernie lied about it.
Somebody wanted to know if Ernie was ever addicted to drugs. See, I know that story, but you can tell him.
I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody told me that Shelby took 3 lie detector tests. And Shelby passed his and Ernie failed his. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. And then somebody told me that Ernie was on medication. That's why he failed his lie detector test in the Ronnie King's case. But does Ernie do drugs? Yes, Ernie does drugs.
He does now.
Ernie,
Shelby said Ernie started doing drugs after he lied on Shelby.
Well, Ernie was on something because Ernie went himself whenever he was telling us the whole story before anything got released out of the newspapers or anything about that man. Ernie was telling everybody about what happened and all the details and everything. I even heard Ernie on the phone call with somebody saying I was up in there, and then it cuts off because it accidentally got slung into it either got slung in the swimming pool or she accidentally dropped it in the swimming pool on accident.
I heard
but it was turned in.
Part of that where
it was turned into the investigator.
Yeah,
if anybody done that, I done that.
He said, I didn't go back there. He said that too about Ronnie King's house. Shelby, his name is Shelby Lee, and that's just their accent. It's just the way they say Shelby Lee. It comes out Shelby Lee.
Well, usually, I moved to Florida, and I've been in Florida for a while, and that's why I sound like I do. I've been in South Carolina, Florida. I've been just living different places, off and on. Then when you go to Leslie County, you sound different. Your voice does. You have to talk like them down there. But Ernie's lying about everything.
I think everybody pretty much takes that for granted. Put a lightning bolt in the chat if you think Ernie lied about anything tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, because he lied about everything. He ain't nothing but a liar.
It just boggles my mind that they took his word for anything.
See, every time I'm typing something to you, it's deleting off your thing. I think he's listening. I don't even care if he is listening. He comes back around me. He's paid for. He's destroyed our life. He's destroyed me. I ain't got nothing for him. I ain't got somebody that acts like they been kidnapped and shit. He faked that, had the whole family worried to death. And then he takes one of the family, I can't say who it was, but he takes somebody in the family and said, well, if you don't give me $1,000 or $10,000, you're going to find your brother's parts laying everywhere in the yard or in other people's yard and stuff. Had everybody worried to death over it. It was all fake.
Hi, Prismo. Somebody wants
He
to
does
know
that.
why Ernie left your sister's house. Do you know?
Why Ernie left my sister's house?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, when he got out of jail, he was staying with your sister.
Well, when he got out of jail, one of my sisters went and got him. And she said she wouldn't have nothing to do with him anymore. I couldn't understand that, but I don't know. She still talks to him, though. I don't know which sister they're talking about because I've got so many. I've got half sisters, but I claim them as my sisters.
I think he was staying with Angela.
Oh, Angela? I don't know.
Okay. Somebody
I really don't know
wants
that part.
to know if Ernie was always like this as a child, too.
When Ernie was growing up, Ernie'd always want to be boxing in the wrestling thing. He'd want to be a ninja. He'd run around with nunchucks all the time. Yeah. He would have nunchucks all the time with him. Every time you see him, he even tried to get people at school wanting to be ninjas and stuff.
I saw him an old channel he had that had ninja. He called himself Ninja Tiger. So I totally believe that. That's funny.
Well, put it this way. He can walk like a ninja. He's sneaky as a ninja. But I already know how he rolls, and I know how he acts and goes. I already figured him out. I've been around him, I know. That was a long time ago.
Yes.
But every time he can try to make it right with me, he tried to talk to me, and every time he did, he called me bad names, and then me and him just get in an argument, and I told him, I said, I ain't got nothing for you. He set Shelby up.
I know he did. I know. I'm gonna show that. Watch that.
Is Shelby gonna get to come out?
He's supposed to hear something from that judge anytime now. I don't know. He's hoping.
I know Shelby can't be around here, but I'm hoping, pray to God, he gets to walk free because he didn't do nothing. He didn't have nothing to do with this.
He needs to get out of. He needs to get out of Harlan. Has Ernie ever had a real job?
Put it this way. In 2013, in February, when that man was found, Ernie came over there in Hazard with 2 wallets full of $100 bills. He could not even shut the wallet. And waving money, giving money out. I didn't take none of the money. I didn't want none of the money because I knew right there and then, you know what I'm saying? I knew right there and then.
Yeah.
And before anything got released from the newspapers or anything, he said, Shelby said this, Shelby done this, Shelby told me this. No. Ernie knows. Ernie's involved.
Well, he's had Shelby do other stuff that Shelby got caught for, and he said Ernie just walks away with the money and Shelby goes to prison. So I know Ernie likes to get other people to do his deeds for him. So
what was you saying about the closet deal, Shelby and Ernie?
Ernie tells the story that Shelby pretended he worked for Meals on Wheels and, got older folks to let him into their home. And then he tied them up and put them in the bathtub and robbed them.
But see, he asked Mom the same thing, and Mom said that never did even happen.
Well, Shelby doesn't even know what Meals on Wheels is. He's been in prison his whole life. He's like, what is that?
It's it's a truck that goes around and delivers food.
Oh no, yeah, I know what it is, but he doesn't know, so he didn't pretend to be.
Yeah.
And
that wasn't him.
Yeah.
That wasn't him. That was somebody else. And Ernie wanted to change the subject around because he was on YouTube when he was talking to Blame Katie when he was on her thing.
Uh-huh.
You gotta watch him. He's taking everybody's channels. Because they done told somebody in our family. And I heard her talking, and when I heard her talking, I said, "No, that ain't true." I said, "She didn't even say nothing like that about our family." And he lies on people.
Oh, yeah, he said I was talking bad about your mom, saying your mom did something to Shelby, and I'm like, I didn't say that at all. He didn't like it when I told about how your mom used to take Shelby to go beat up people that beat up Ernie. He got pissed about that.
You know what? When we was growing up with me and Mom and Papa, my me and Mom and Papa always told us right from wrong. And me and Mom and Papa said, if y'all get in a fight, y'all don't do that because I don't want y'all expelled or anything. And then Papa, we called him out there in the creek, and he was skinning squirrels at the time. And Papa said, you need to go back to school and don't start with them. But if they start with you, then you lay into them. And I said, we do that, you're going to end up whooping us. And he said, no, I'm not. It's because you're just taking up for yourself. My mom is a good mom. She really is.
I think
my mom's through a lot.
I think she tried. Yeah, she has been through a lot.
She has been through a lot, you know, and I love my mom to death. I do anything for my mom. Shelby loves his mom.
Yeah, he does. He does. He talks to her.
We all just been through a lot, you know. And Ernie wants to pick on all of us and say all kind of stuff about us, and it's ridiculous.
Somebody wants to know about how many times Ernie has threatened or tried to set you or your family up. Well, he's always lying about Shelby.
Well, like I told you that once when I told you about that trial thing.
Yeah.
He called me up and he said, you know, people disappear. My own brother did. So, and I told the investigator what happened, and she told me, she said, I think you need to go on there. And they wanted me to go on there, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go on stand. I wanted to so bad I did. But my life was getting endangered all the time. You know, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Ernie threatened each other. I ain't gonna lie to you. We did. We threatened each other a long time ago. I know he came to Everett's last summer looking for me, asking one of my friends where I lived at. She didn't tell him where I lived at, but he knows where I live at. I'm just waiting.
Somebody wants to know if you know who Trey was that Ernie hung around with.
Who?
Trey?
Trey?
Yeah, do you know a Trey?
I don't know a Trey.
That he
He's only supposed to hang out with a Trey.
In high school?
Trey. Ernie hung out with all kinds of people.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Ernie hung out with Britt Anglin, Sean Freeman. I mean, we all did, you know. Jason Mills, Jason Thomas, Glenn Thomas, all of us did. We hung out.
Somebody said, what? Jody Sue, Ernie and Jody Sue. Yeah, Jody Sue's debunking me. Jody Sue and Ernie are debunking me. Okay, yeah. Oh, Troy. She said Troy. Do you know a Troy?
Troy.
No?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Like I said, you know, I went through a lot, you know, with my mama and stuff, and my mind went off on me really bad, you know. I had a bad spell when I lost my memo.
I wish I could have met her. she just looks like such a saint. Really. I know
My mama was a Christian.
she really cared about you kids.
She loved us all. She did.
I think she's why
Ernie-
Shelby has the Bible memorized, is because of her.
And you know, when we lost her, you know, I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't want to talk to nobody at the time. I grieved myself to death over my mama, and then, you know, I tried to push myself together to be, you know, there with Chevy, try to help him through it, and it's the hardest thing ever. It's hard when somebody you growed up with, you know,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's been there for you. It's really hard. It really is. And Ernie wants to get on here and lie and say all kind of stuff about me and Mom and Papa, and Papa killing a guy.
Yes.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
I called him on that. I said, the only killer in your family is your dad. And he said, yeah, I know. So that right there's admitting Shelby didn't kill anybody. Yeah, your mom. He said your mom killed 3 people. He's just a nutcase. Oh, people are saying
He is so awful.
they're saying that
He's got everybody going towards our family. Like we're criminals. Like we're killers.
Yes.
Like we've done something.
he has done
And we
that.
haven't done nothing.
And then people wonder
mean-
why your family doesn't like Ernie. Look what
I mean, I can go to the doctor and I got people turning their chairs around on me. I got people pointing their fingers at me.
Oh.
I can't go nowhere. I have to stay home. I have to stay low because it's ridiculous. And now he's got Mom where she don't even get out and do nothing. Mom won't even go to a birthday party. Mom won't even go to a baby shower. Mom won't do nothing. I don't blame her. I wouldn't either. People hate on us.
Yeah, she
For
can't
no reason.
she can't take
For
that
no reason
abuse.
at all.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right to do that to your mom.
I mean, my mom, you know, she's a lovely person ever. She'd help anybody out best way she could. But, you know, he has done our whole family so dirty. He has done his poor mama so dirty. He lied to his mama and had her sitting up there crying her eyes out. And, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with somebody.
Now he threatened to get Shelby's phone privileges shut off.
Oh, yeah. I heard that Chevy got in trouble or something because Chevy can't call us or anything. Is that true? Is that why Chevy's not called me none?
He's short on money. Those calls are $5 a call. And he's been mailing trial stuff to me, so that takes his paycheck.
That takes it, don't it?
Yeah, because they take that out of his pay then. They just what did you ask me? I'm looking at why he didn't call you.
He hasn't even called me. The last time I talked to him is whenever you told him to call me.
Oh yeah.
I've been worried to death over him.
He called Amber, I think, when people were saying that Ernie was sounding really depressed and like he was going to do something, and then that got thrown back in Shelby's face, like he was just trying to stir up trouble or something. I'm like, well, he cares about Ernie.
Yeah, I know when he posted on YouTube saying that somebody said he's gonna shoot himself or kill himself or something.
Yep.
He had my sister involved, and that's when he said, Lisa Kay said all kind of stuff bad about her family. Told my sister that and had to get my sister involved, and I said, that ain't right. That's not true. And said he didn't even try to kill himself.
I know, and Amber had been talking to me, so she knew who I was. But I guess she went to, back up Ernie. She's probably scared of him. I don't know.
See, Amber don't even want to be on YouTube.
No.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't either. Because everybody's putting us down. Everybody's calling us werewolves. Everybody's calling us.
Well, that came from
you know,
Ernie too.
what kind of name.
All that stuff came from Ernie. The werewolves, yeah. He said his mom had a litter of his mom had a litter of werewolves. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear about that. And then she put all 6 of us in a pillar case.
Yeah.
I hear about that shit too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I said, Lord, have mercy.
People
Our
said
family has went through hell.
people are sending prayers for you and your family, Melissa.
No, I need them. I do. I really do. I need them.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's got me thinking if Ernie ain't the one that burnt my trailer down, because he went on and told everybody on YouTube I was the one that burnt my trailer down.
I don't
Got me wondering now.
There aren't very many people that believe Ernie, Melissa, so I wouldn't really worry about that. I mean, plus he's focused on me right now, right? So, okay, so I'm going to end this. I usually stop at about 2 hours. So,
Well, I do got something to say.
okay.
I need everybody to go back and figure out where Ernie was at on October the 6th of 2022. And see if he was in Harlan County or see if he was up at 31. Because that's when my trailer got burnt down early that morning at 5-something. And if anybody knows anything, I promise you, I will give you money. If you be one, I just need one witness. Just one witness saying that he was there, you know, for a fact, you got messages or anything. Because I'm thinking he's the one that burnt my trailer down.
What was the date?
October the 6th of 2022.
October 6th. Okay. All right.
And that was on my mom's birthday.
Okay.
I'm willing to pay anybody if they give me the right info and the right information. Because somebody told me he was in Harlan, but he lied about it, and I even told Mom that he was in Harlan, and Mom said she can't remember. But I need help on that. I need to find out who burnt my trailer down because I figured it was him.
Okay, people are checking into that, Melissa, and I'll let you know.
And the reason he's going by killer inside, he done that on 2013 in February when Ronnie King was murdered.
Yeah,
if everybody wants to know that.
He definitely went downhill after he turned in Shelby. Maybe he was involved with Ronnie King, and that's why he went on drugs. I don't know.
Well, everybody said he started taking nerve medication because what Shelby told him how he killed Ronnie King. But guess what? Shelby didn't do it. My brother was framed. My brother was set up. I know how Shelby rose. I know how Shelby is. My brother's not going to pull a gun and shoot somebody. I'm sorry, but he ain't.
No. He told me 3 things that he had
ain't.
never done, and that was one of them. Said I'd never shot anybody.
Now the other ones? Now Ernie? Oh yeah, he's pulled a gun on anybody. He sure done me that way. Said he can kill me and get away with it because he killed somebody a long time ago and got away with it. And that was February 2013 when he came over in Hazard. He beat that crap out of me.
Oh, people said Ernie has a video of the trailer. Okay, they'll search into it and I'll let you know, hon. Okay? I'm gonna hang up now and we'll talk later, okay? Thanks for being here.
All right.
Thanks for telling us
Well,
what you
I
did.
got your number wrote down. I'll call you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. All right. Thanks, Melissa.
All right.
Take care.
You too, hon.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah, 19 kills. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, we're going to end this. I so much appreciate everybody that came tonight to listen. Well, maybe Melissa will, come on again. Sarah. Yeah, I think we can there's a lot of things that Ernie said tonight that I think could be fact checked. So that was kind of the point of this. You know, to ask him those questions that were out there and to see what he had to say. And you guys get to work proving on if that's true or not. Now we got him on video, on tape, recording, saying these things. Thank you, Raindrop Lost. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to all my mods. My mods are amazing. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, no, February 2013. I don't remember that about it. Yeah. Think Exploited, Honeybee. Okay, you guys are all awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And we'll be back. We'll have more to say. I'm sure Ernie has plenty to say about me tonight. I'm not going over to listen because it took me a while to recover from the last time. So, love you all. Appreciate you all. And we'll talk to you later. Thank you.